Happy blissful day, Master Manifestors, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Gabriel.
And my name is Kylie.
And just a reminder that yes, indeed, you are a master manifester. The power is within you. All that is required from you is to accept that you already have your desire now. Ask yourself, now that I have my desire, how do I feel? How do I think? How do I act? What do other people now tell me now that I have my desire? And remain faithful to that new identity.
Yeah, and I think on the tail of that, in today's video, we want to share a few reasons why you might be manifesting or experiencing the opposite of your desire or the opposite of what you're trying to manifest. And this kind of came off a lot of different posts I've been seeing lately and different questions we've been getting where people are like, I want my SP, but I keep manifesting the opposite. Or I want money, but I keep manifesting situations where I lose money. I'm trying to manifest perfect health, but I just keep, it keeps going in a downward spiral. What is happening? And so there's a few different reasons that we want to touch on. The first one, which I had shared in a previous video about our pregnancy, is about fears. So a lot of times when we have these deep-rooted fears or these subconscious fears, those can actually be kind of driving the show. They're the ones that are actually going to be manifesting because, one, we might just be suppressing them with affirmations and not actually dealing with it. But it's this underlying thing. So when we think of the 3D as a mirror, so subconsciously you'll have a desire and a fear. And if both of those are at play, both of those are going to start to manifest. So maybe they'll message you and then they won't message you because you have a fear about that. Or maybe you'll get a bit better and then you're not getting better. Because again, both are active and both are there subconsciously. And so it's so important to address these fears, not to, you don't have to focus on them and give all your attention to it, but don't allow it to sit there and to fester and boil over. It's really important to process them, bring them to light, see them for what it is. Ask yourself, why is this a fear? Is this actually something that's, real for me, or is this a possibility? It's so important to address that fear. So I would say the first reason why maybe you're manifesting the opposite of you want is because of a fear that you have. So look at your life, look at your thoughts, your emotions, try to figure out, are there any fears that are hindering or holding me back?
Yes, indeed. And also, the moment when you accept your new desire or accept that you are now the person who has your desire, or when you now accept that, okay, this is my new identity. I am now the wealthy person, or I am now the rich person. This is my new identity. I am now the healthy person. I'm now a healthy person. This is my new identity. I am now the loving boyfriend. I'm now the loving girlfriend. I'm now the loving wife. I'm now the loving husband. Whatever your new identity is, what will then happen is that you are still going to experience your old self-concept. So, for example, if I accept that I'm a millionaire now, and I remain faithful from today as a millionaire, I now feel, act, think as a millionaire, and I'm now embodying the state of a millionaire. So I'm still going to experience my old financial situation. Maybe if I was only earning $1,000, I'm still going to experience that, because remember, the old story is basically still playing itself out whilst you've now experienced, the new story. So the moment your new story takes root within your subconscious mind, that's when you're going to start seeing evidences in your 3D. So people will tell you that you look like a millionaire, and you will also start seeing all these different invitations, that you're getting to become, a millionaire. You start going to see competitions about, millionaire, and you're also going to feel, that way, as well. So in other words, and most importantly, your bank account is now going to prove that you are a millionaire. But it's very important to understand that you have to remain faithful to the new story. But whilst you remain faithful to the new story, the old story is still playing itself out. But that's not going to take long though. It doesn't really usually take long. I mean, it's actually scientifically proven that for the new story to actually take root within the subconscious mind, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks. You know, that's scientifically proven. You know, it can take much, it can be much faster or a bit longer. It just depends, on the person. But so when you seeing that, oh man, why am I not seeing results? Why am I not seeing? You have to understand that you just have to be patient with yourself, and you have to trust the process. You have to trust yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to tell yourself, of course, we're doing this, because remember, the power that created you and that created the universe is within you. So when you surrender to that power and say, hey, I know it's a done deal. I am this now. I have this now, and I'm going to remain faithful irrespective of what the 3D reality is saying. I am going to remain faithful. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am this, now that I have this. It will then reflect in your 3D, whether you like it or love it.
Yeah, and another thing, I think sometimes we maybe almost miss it sometimes. I know it happened to us where the 3D is conforming, but in initial perspective, it looks like it's not. And so I remember when we were on this journey of, manifesting wealth, especially with our business, and then all of a sudden, so many people started asking us for money, whether it be friends or family. Hey, can you help me out with a bit? Or, I need this. And at first I was like, this is just it just almost made me more anxious. So I was like, I don't have, and so I cannot give. But then really I thought, no, but wait a second. These people are seeing us as though we do have, as though we are rich, as though we do have our desired life and our desired goals right now. And so we were actually embodying our new self-concept. And that was just a reflection. People asking us because they're like, oh, Gabriel and Kylie have lots of money. I know I can ask them for help. And so sometimes it's also the perspective that we look at the 3D with, that maybe this actually is conforming, maybe not as yet in terms of dollars that I'm seeing, but my identity is shifting. And we know that when you change your self-concept, your entire world changes automatically. So your self-concept changes, other people start to view you differently. Maybe people will say like, oh, but you have a partner, right? And then you could either be like, oh no, I'm still single. Or you're like, so people just assume that I have a partner now. Of course I have a partner now. I'm in a loving relationship. It's using those things instead of seeing them as triggers to show you that you do not have. Maybe take another perspective and say, wait a second, only a rich person would get asked for money, or only a person in a loving relationship would people assume that you're in that relationship.
Indeed, yeah, like what we share with our clients, we tell them that whatever the 3D shows and gives you, take that as data. So example, if, because we've got like quite a few clients that want to manifest loads of money. So we tell them that if you received 1,000 or 100 today, just put an extra zero there and see in your imagination that you got 5 of those, and really sit with it. And you sit with it until it feels natural, until it feels like it's your norm. You sit with it. And if you can do that, you are now basically shifting into the version of yourself that is now wealthy, always manifesting and receiving like money out of the blue, money out of thin air, endless notifications, etc., etc. So when you also see that your partner is not treating you the way you want, you can take that as data and say that, oh, my partner is so loving. My partner always treats me with respect. My partner always supports me. My partner always spoils me. Isn't it freaking wonderful? And you sit with that in your imagination until it feels real. What will then happen is the 3D is going to say, your wish is my command. And then boom, 3D conforms and shows you what you've accepted in your mind.
Yeah, so going back to kind of the beginning. So why might you be manifesting the opposite of what you want? One, it could be deep-rooted fears or subconscious fears that you need to look at and to address in order for them to stop manifesting. It could also be a thing of just patience and trusting yourself that you do have the power, even if you don't see this instant shift. Know that it is happening. The old is starving and withering away, and the new is coming to life. And sometimes it is a process, but you have to trust that you do have that power and believe that you have that power within you. And also, what was the third one?
That the old story is just obviously starting to, you know, it's literally finishing off. It's like you like watching a movie and it's about to end, and you know
just
that it's just the credits, you know, rolling. But now you've already accepted a new movie, and the new movie is you 2.0.
Yes.
The blissful you.
And then also a matter of sometimes changing your perspective of what the 3D is showing you. Is it actually a trigger that keeps coming up, that people keep asking you for money? Or are people seeing you as a wealthy person because that's the new identity? So remember, take the 3D as data and use it to your advantage, and not allow it to overcome you and be an emotional trigger for you. And finally, of course, whenever you do see something that's maybe not in line yet, you know that you have the power to revise it, to change it, to not accept it. And so when you understand and harness that power, that's when things change. Do not let the 3D bully you and show you opposite. You have that power to say, okay, either this is data and I'm going to use it, and now I'm going to revise it. It's easy like that. So we hope that these may help a lot of the questions that we've been seeing. And this is applicable for any desire that you want, whether it be health, wealth, happiness, love, new car, new pet.
Yeah, any desire, any desire. And if you need help, we've got a 5-week, coaching program where we work with you one-on-one, and we, help you dissolve, all these fears and limiting beliefs and attachments. And then now you obviously just, accept your desire with a clean slate from the perspective of who you truly are, which is the God of your reality. And you're like, yeah, of course, this is a done deal. And now the process is now one of enjoyment instead of, frustration, struggle, and survival and stuff like that. So if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, you can find all details below in description.
And having said that, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Thank you.